Hello everyone! Let me show you how to create these cute crochet pumpkins. So let's get going. These are the materials to make this crochet pumpkin. This is the yarn, it's size 4. We're gonna be using polyfill, the cinnamon sticks, a 5mm hook. It's recommended in the label to use 5.5, but I'm using 5. The first thing to do is start with a slip knot. Let me show you how I make my slip knot. The way I do it is by wrapping the yarn in my fingers like this, making an X and holding the yarn tight with the rest of my fingers here. I'm going to put the hook underneath this one and on top of the other one and pull it through this way. And that's just a simple slip knot. Now I'm going to do total of 16 chains to start row 1. Okay, I'm finished with my 16 chains. This is what's going to determine the height of the pumpkin. And then we're gonna continue making rows to determine the width of the pumpkin. Let me show you what I mean. This is the height, right? And then the rows are going to determine the width. Now we're going to do half double crochet in the 3rd chain right here. Let's do it one more time. Yarn over, put the hook in the next stitch, pull the yarn through. You have 3 loops now. Yarn over and pull the yarn through all loops. That is a half double crochet, and we're going to continue making half double crochet until we finish this row, and you should have a total of 14 stitches. We're gonna make half double crochet in each of these stitches. Keep in mind that the number of stitches may vary if you choose to use another yarn or if you want to make your pumpkin bigger or smaller. Okay, so I'll meet you here. Now we're gonna chain 2, 1 and 2, turn around the work to start a new row, but it's going to be different. Let me show you. These are the stitches. They have 2 loops on the top. We're gonna be grabbing only one loop, the front loop right here, and we're gonna start making half double crochet again in this row until we meet at the end of the row. Okay, so we are now at the end of row 2. Let me show you. We've been grabbing only the front loop when doing the half double crochet. We're gonna yarn over right here and then grabbing both loops, the front and the back. That will help you to keep your line straight. Now we're gonna chain 2, turn around, and start row number 3. And the same concept, we're gonna be careful. We're gonna look at the stitches that they have a front loop and a back loop, but we're gonna grab only the front loop. Okay, so we're going to do that with row number 3 as well, only the front loop. Okay, so we're gonna finish row 3 and I'll meet you there. Okay, so almost done with number 3, grabbing both loop at the end. For row number 4, we're gonna chain 2, turn it around and do the same. Half double crochet, only grabbing the front loop. We are going to continue making half double crochet for this row and for the following rows. We're going to do a total of 12 and then we're going to stop and measure. Okay, so now I'm just going to measure because I think I'm going to go by no bigger than 7. We'll see. Now I'm going to continue crocheting more rows. So now I am okay with this length and I'm going to just attach both ends right here. I'm going to just leave it like a cylinder. I'm going to attach it using my crochet needle. You can use a yarn needle if you want. Let me show you how I do it with the crochet needle. I am just going to grab one loop here and make a slip stitch just like this. The way to do a slip stitch is just grabbing right here a loop and putting the yarn through. So what I'm going to do is grab both loops. Okay, so the key is to just take the yarn through completely. You don't yarn over or add any stitches in between. You're just gonna grab a loop from both ends and pull the yarn through. Let me see, just like this, completely, and that's it. That's what a slip stitch is. Grabbing, in this case, the 2 loops from each end to attach it. You see, so now it's just making like a little stitch, but take in consideration that this is the inside of the pattern. It's gonna be the inside of the pumpkin. I'm going to turn it around, so these are the stitches that are not going to be even visible at all. The way to do it with the yarn needle is just doing the stitches, grabbing just one loop from each side, but I rather do it this way. I feel like I already have the yarn attached to the pattern and I have the crochet hook to do this as well. Now I'm going to continue doing this and then I'm going to show you how I use the yarn needle to close both ends. Okay, so now the cylinder is completely attached. And I'm going to use this same yarn. I'm gonna cut it this length. This is way longer than I needed, but it's fine. Now I'm going to just use the yarn needle to close the ends. Now I'm going to start with this end, and the way to do it is just making long stitches along the edge. Okay, very easy. I'm going to go all around, and then I'm going to pull the yarn so I will close the hole completely. This is the bottom of the pumpkin. Okay, so now this is the way it should look. Let me just tight this end, and I'm not going to cut this strand because I'm going to use it later to tie everything up. I'm going to just weave in the tail that I have left here from the beginning of the pattern. Just hide it, but this doesn't matter that much because it's gonna go inside. Okay, so with another piece of yarn, I'm going to close the other end, and I'm going to repeat the process. I'm going to just make long stitches along the side, but first I'm going to put the polyfill inside so I can close it with the polyfill. And it's up to you how much you want to put inside, if you want it to be very sturdy and filled, or if you want it to be soft. Now I'm just doing long stitches along the edge. Nothing hard, very easy. Now after I do these long stitches, I'm just going to tie it all together so it will be able to close it. Just like this. Now using the string that was still from the back, I'm pulling it to tie everything together. Time to add the cinnamon stick. But before I put the stick inside, I'm going to close the gap a little bit more. Just making more stitches around and pulling the yarn closer. And taking it to the back to tie it more. Now all I need to do is to hide all the ends and making knots and securing it all together. making more knots to secure it before I cut the yarn. And I'm going to do the same thing with the string that was on the top. But first I'm going to add a little bit of hot glue. Keep taking the yarn from the top to the bottom and from the bottom to the top a couple more times and securing it more on the bottom right here. And at the end I'm just going to make a knot and cut the yarn. And that's it. Very nice. Tie a bow on the top, whichever color of yarn you want. I really hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Please let me know if you have any questions. These pumpkins are so cute. You can use them to decorate your table for Thanksgiving. You can put them in baskets with gifts to your family members and just enjoy making them. You can make them in whatever size and color you wish. Thank you for watching. Until next time, please don't forget to subscribe for more videos like this. Goodbye.